Welcome back to Let Coin and Wine Flow, a Crusader Kings 3 focused role-playing a Game of Thrones campaign. Yesterday was crazy with how much recording, editing, and then failure as the patch hit. But now we're back, we're underway in a new stable patch with episode 2 with Lord Red, who is, I think, compared to episode 1 character creation, he's looking good here. Oh, we've already got events kicking off. Let's see. Greetings, my benevolent vassal. You have been a loyal and devoted subject, and I wish to reward you for your service. In recognition of this, I am hereby offering you the position of Castellan of the Reach. So this is pretty much the highest position you can get. It's the equivalent of Hand of the King, but for, you know, non-Seven Kingdoms kings. I think he's got me here because I'm... Oh, is he using me as a diplomat? Interesting. The lack of stress loss is not great, but yeah, I mean, 20% lifestyle experience and 20% development growth is great. I do believe that I'm not supposed to leave the country now, though. I don't remember if it's just Hand of the King or if it's also Castellan's, but I think that you can't leave the country. You can't travel at the same time that your liege is traveling. You have an expectation that you will be here to run things. While strolling through the garden, I come across a massive swarm of bees. While initially shocked at the sight, a local beekeeper informs me that the bees often behave this way while seeking a new hive. During such a state, the worker bees are very docile and form a mass to protect their queen. Perhaps I should try to keep them. We could use new bees. With the aid of the local beekeeper, I am able to set up a new hive for the swarm. He explains that though the hive is docile now, once the queen is established, the colony will show its true personality. The thought amuses me. Bees with personality. Hopefully this will be a profitable venture. I'm worried now that might have been a bad idea. I don't want to die from being stung by bees. So, our current top priority is to go to college. Oh no, I'm gonna get wounded either way. I can see it. Curse that beekeeper for being right. The hive was docile for the first few days, but after the bees have become increasingly aggressive. Now I can barely enter the garden without a few giving me chase and stinging me. I want to keep them. Lord or peasant, high or low, it doesn't matter. In the end, we are all mortal. I was reminded of this as I woke coughing in the early morning hours, a dull ache pounding through my head and throat. My body is racked by shivers and weakness, my head leaking from every orifice. I heard that wheezing from across the court, my lord. Colin, my physician, pokes his head into my chamber. Should you require it? I know a fair number of suitable remedies. Colin decided the best course of treatment would be some rest. He surrounded me in soft pillows and gently tucked me in under many layers of blankets. Before he left my chambers, Colin pulled the curtains shut. It was noon. Some extra sleep turned out to be just what I needed. For now, the worst of my symptoms are alleviated, and the world seems a little brighter. Excellent work, Colin. I got those the bee stings have caused my face to wildly get cut. No, I mean, I only had a 14% chance to succeed. After learning that Alistair would be guesting at a manor in the castle town of Peachtree, I realized that it would be the perfect occasion to meet with him. When the time came, I was seated right next to Alistair for the entirety of dinner, but I found myself incapable of saying anything interesting. Oh, it's too much like real life. No. I think we're gonna sway the High Septon next. We can't sway our wife because she's still counted as a child. Also, she isn't our wife. So our next highest priority is to acquire monies. I don't like that that's very hard. This guy got some stats on him. Why does he have two? Oh, because he has the high septon trait. I was going to say, why is he a double septon? Everyone knows you don't go double septon. That's crazed. Wow, they are really... I don't know what's going to happen if they lose this war. Unhinged. This should have been done, and they should have been moving on beyond the Riverlands. One morning, I venture out into the garden. When I notice no bees flying about, I rush to inspect the hive. On the ground lay hundreds of my bees, dead. I call for the local beekeeper to help me crack the hive open in hopes of saving the queen, but alas, when we get it open, I feel the sting of shock. The honeycomb is ruined, covered in the larvae of what the beekeeper calls wax moths. This looks like it might have a little thing. Nope. The honey's ruined. Incredible. This event has hurt me so badly. It could have killed me, apparently. I could have gotten sick while wounded and died. And of course, who knows about these terrible medical treatments our barely trained maester is using. Oh, good, 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 good. We've got, yes, we've got tutors now. Good, good. Yes, excellent. We're going to go ahead and lock in these additional positions here. And you know what? I probably very much need a personal champion, given that I'm so weak. We're going to have him help us get some prowess here. Get a nice seneschal. And then I think, yeah, they have the one where you get aptitude to other positions. So you make other people better at their job. I don't have any... Oh, I do have a thing. I may want an antiquarian then. What else? I'll take a hunt master, I guess. We definitely want a master of horse during war. I don't know that we want one now. We'll hold off. Unnecessary. Josella, a free tenant renting some of my land in Winegard, has pulled in an exceptional harvest this season due to her meticulous planning. Well, they're using $10 words in a $1 sentence. She wishes to use some of her profits to purchase a piece of my estate for me so that she can build upon her success and grow more crops next year. So, she has the intelligent trait. Winegard money would be good, but actually, just simply having her join my court and then marry, yeah, we'll marry this nice? Oh, this is a good genetics experiment. They're gonna have good kids. Oh, and the kids they'll be part of House Cartwell, so they'll be nobles, which means that we can marry our kids to them and try to get both traits in our line if their kids have both traits. But also because genetics can be passively carried from grandparents, it may just get passed down anyway. This is a good match. Gisela, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the team. We're just kind of hanging out here waiting for stuff to happen. I'm so worried that Aegon Targaryen is not going to win this battle. I don't know what's going on over here. King, my Targaryens, you must win. Titus, an itinerant bard, popular with the common folk, has arrived at my court. A local landowner encouraged him to seek me out so that he might perform for myself and my household. Prior to the performance, he came to me to ask what sort of music would be most pleasing to my ears. I don't really care that much about you singing about House Redwyne. Now, if you were singing about House Vyne, I would care a little more. Perhaps a ballad about me? And here's to our youth and our days come and gone. The age of aggression is just about done. Titus' performance went over swimmingly, with not a single member of my household left unimpressed. Beyond the specific ballad I had requested, Titus played many more gorgeous tunes, much to everyone's delight. I don't know that I'd describe a lot of music as gorgeous. That's kind of weird. I think that's kind of weird, right? What's going to college gonna cost me? I need to save up 333. I'm not gonna need those cards. 313. All right. Guess maybe we can just increase speed. Just hanging out. As I woke this morning and observed the first rays of sunshine, it took me a moment to realize I had slept soundly for the first time in weeks. I did not wake up coughing once. It has been a long road back to health, but I find myself in its warm embrace once again. I'm glad to be well. Oh, tutor educates child. Excellent. The Sept Pope is currently excommunicating people. A renowned trainer has approached me after hearing rumors of my mighty stallion Valyrian in officer services. All I ask in return is a small compensation. Be stronger, swifter, endurance-wise. I think faster. Let's go faster. 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 Valyrian took to his training well, and the results could be seen instantly. I now have Agile Warhorse, so I guess his prowess increased. Not really a big deal for me, since I still have negative prowess. But maybe one day I'll be strong enough. Wow, our king is in ill health right now. Oh, he got the infirm trait. I'm sorry, dude. You're probably not doing so well, huh? My master of the hunt, Joffrey, brings word of beast spotted in my realm. I am hearing much talk from the lordship of Vinetown, and he said that they are excellent prospects for hunting hereabouts, with many a worthy stag seen roaming the fields. Okay. I'll pull up. We can go hunt. We got a reasonable hunt amount. Said Vinetown, right? Ooh, yikes. There's some big negatives. Also, these are the gold wines. Nobody likes them. Pay a little bit extra. Kind of get in here. Interesting. We got a peak who we could be friends with. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. Where's my father-in-law? Are you coming? Where is we're looking for the apple. That's Fossaway. My father-in-law. Let's befriend him while we are on a nice hunt. That's all just... It's gonna say the same thing every single time. We don't need to cover that part. We're hunting. Master Parman assembles the party as the sun rises over the camp in the farmlands near Vinetown. My men have been gathering sightings of the stag that roams the local area. My many gamekeepers and flushers have been poring over the area for tracks and fumes. Is that supposed to be fumettes? While there is sadly no sign of a buck in the area, there are evidently plenty of deer. Let's see if the rumors are true. I can choose a stag or a wolf. We came here to hunt stag. Waiting for word from the scent hounds, the party rests in a shaded copse. Alfred stands not far off. This is my chance to impress him. Lord Alfred, how are you? It's not often we get a chance to talk. I open informally. He seems surprised, but not hostile. My conversation. Let's see here. He is not a hunter. Inquisitive, temperate, calm, content. He's just like a nice guy. In a game and in a world where people are absolutely unhinged psychopaths, he's just like a nice guy. He's like a guy. He's a guy. All right, so not a hunter, or he'd have the hunting trait. His other traits don't suggest that he's very murderous. I don't know if I'd say he's specifically compassionate. Calm and temperate is more like wise. Would I say stewarding? I don't know that I'd say stewarding. He's an intimidator. I think diligent, especially with temperate. Calm. I think you get... I think I'm going to say I would rather be doing something useful, of course. Oh, shoot. My words don't seem to have made much impact on Lord Alfred, for he looks completely appalled by my words. Standing alone after he has moved on to chat with others, I feel foolish. Well, here I am sneezing. Hopefully I managed to mute the microphone. Poachers here in the Lord's Field. They huddle together as I ride up with my guards, making a poor job of hiding the dead stag behind them. We did not do this. Please, have mercy, glorious Lord. Their blades and bows belay their words. Alright, so we can punish poachers for better taxes. Oh, and hunt success chance goes up. The animal is mine, along with the fines for their lives. Or get out of Lord Bertrand's fief. I mean, do we want to just straight up kill them? I don't think so. I'd hate to lose this, but I think we're going to take the shot. The shot was successful. We made them pay for the animals that they were doing without punishing the village too much. My steward, Orzono, is the first to spot its... I think there was a bug. It's missing text here, but... The flighty male is hard to distinguish, but there's no doubt it's there, observing us through the leafy bushes. It locks eyes with me and, almost as though the animal senses my intent, suddenly takes off in a flash of brown fur. Do we want to ride after it? I think we want to... I think we do want to ambush it with the bow. Huntsman, bring it towards our bow line. I mean, look, I'm going to be straightforward with you. If your choice in hunting a massive multi-pronged deer beast is get close to it while it's soaking in adrenaline and hopping around and stabbing at things, or shoot it with a bow, you should shoot it with a bow. That's all there is to it. I paused to quaff from my water skin, savoring some cool relief from the sweat and havoc of the chase. As I secured at my side, I hear a low whistling noise. An arrow slams into the grass at my feet, burying itself in the ground. I knew it! Assassins all around me. I and those closest spin around, but there is no one there, only the wind rustling through the tree line. It's those peaks and the gold wines, they're working together to take me out. My intrigue is horrible, right? I'm bad at it and I know that. Yeah. Be more careful. Oh, don't worry, my good gold wines. You'll be gone soon enough. Our plans were for naught. The beast sensed our trap by wind or connivance and refused to be led into our ambush by flushers. At last, it slipped their clutches entirely, disappearing into the farmlands. That's okay. Everything that could go wrong seemed to do so, but there were some silver linings to be found. I am no longer closer to gaining the confidence of Alfred. I must have done something wrong. That's horrible. Harman gathers the disappointed party and exhausted hounds for the trip home. The stag indeed eluded us this time. So we picked up the hunter trait, as did everybody else, which is good, because hunter gives you +1 prowess, which means nothing to us. We're deeply negative. And then we get stress loss, which is good, because we're constantly being stressed. And hunters like other hunters, and now we're one of them. At long last, I am finally home. There is nothing better than arriving back in Winegard after a long journey. I look forward to resting for some time, but the call of the road beckons ever onward. Still saving up that cash for a university visit. So this is a big deal because if you're successful at university, you can make your education trait here. So I could take this from a 3 to a 4. It will not only give me more stewardship, which would be good, it'll also give you a more stewardship lifestyle, so we'll get through that tree faster. I think it also makes you better at teaching people to be stewards, which is good. And then you can get a certain number of additional skill points while going to university. And sometimes you can convince people to come back from university. Learned, high-skill individuals will come back with you. As I make my way to the hitching post, I am greeted by the happy neighs of Valerian. He seems eager to stretch his legs in the beautiful weather, and I can do nothing but agree. I can get +1 to prowess. I finally have a positive prowess. He's gaining strength. Lady Dyna's hunt in the Mermaid Palace. Let's do it. Okay, I roll up. Oh, we're sailing there. What a choice. We could walk there across our own island, but instead we decided to sail there. That's really... Wow. That kicked off quick. Master Abelard assembles the party as the sun rises over the camp in the valleys near Mermaid Rocks. With any luck, we'll find a husk of hares and our falcons will have great sport. The beaters teams are ready with their hounds and a well-appointed spot has been selected. I didn't realize this is a falconry. Master Alakine has been admiring my birds since we first parted for a hunt, and I can hardly blame him. Such a magnificent and beautiful beast. We near a small river, rich and busy with fish of generous size, and I feel that this is the perfect opportunity to show what my falcon can do. Look at that bird. My falconry skills will impress. I will lose stress and I will impress him, or I will fail horribly. I failed. But that's fine. Just as my acquaintance, Alara, started to dismount, legs still dangling from the saddle, my naive vassal, Lady Dyna, made sure to bump into her horse, sending her tumbling to the ground. Lady Dyna cups, I'm telling you, these vassals are bad news. The cups, the gold wines, all of the people here, the Arbor, they are rude, crude, and boorish people who are besetting my house. They are insulting me personally because I have replaced their cherished and loved Lord Horace Redwyne. Well, if he wasn't dead in the roleplay, it would be a different story. But guess what, sister? You're acting like a child and you'll be punished like one. Tasted the belt? Holy cow, I don't know about that. Yeah, I think this one's probably way more reasonable. This is no way for a lady to act. Lady Dyna's game masters signaled the party to hush. We have arrived at the release spot. From our vantage point, we can see several brown hares in the hill up ahead. The party halts as we prepare to remove our birds' hoods and set them one by one to their sport. It's time. I watch excitedly as my falcon identifies a target and takes wing from its watch, soaring high into the air. The hares are none the wiser as my falcon scans the ground from high above. Time and again, my falcon swoops him for the kill, but misses, retreats, or only grazes the target. After hours of attempts, the game have all but disappeared. The falcon is near exhausted, and the light is faded. We're happy hunters. We're glad to be here. We're not good at it. The party seemed to be beset by every misery that others could conjure, and I am almost relieved to leave the hills behind me. Master Aubrey gathers the disappointed party and exhausted hounds for the trip home. The hare has indeed eluded us this time. We're blowing through all of our stress, which is nice to have. Glad to be of it. And it's time to go to college. Samuel Talley. You actually can go to college and just get drunk the whole time if you want. Very WVU lifestyle for sure. I'm actually here to get a degree though. A degree in stewarding. Here I am, finally at the gates of the Citadel, the renowned university seat. All knowledge is collected inside these hallowed halls, and scholars of repute from all over the world assemble in these same hallways to preserve and increase a true wealth of wisdom, and I'll soon join them. Of course, the major centers of culture are also active markets and offer all the distractions that students could ever desire. We got quite a host of characters here who we'll be seeing in a lot of little events. Oh, I lost wounded. That's good, because it's a good time for me to be good at stuff. What kind of voice do I want to use for this guy? Also, why is he carrying a falcon in class? Today, Teacher Gallad begins, we are going to examine the anatomy of a falcon. An excited murmur spreads through the lecture hall as we all appreciate the hooded bird standing proudly on the teacher's gloved arm. All right, that explains the presence of the bird. Much can be learned by studying the body of animals, as the ancients taught us. Does anyone want to help me with the dissection demonstration? I mean, if this bird is still alive, why are you killing it for this reason? Just find a dead bird. Bro, this is insane. Much more successful is a good one to have. I volunteer to help. I mean, I'm here to learn. I don't want to be killing birds. I don't want to, support bird murder. But I'm also here to get paid. Oh, my admiral can be knighted. Yeah, let's go ahead. I forgot I had to train him. It's going to be a terrible night. The Citadel is often home to fervent debates among teachers and students alike. After a particularly enlightening lecture from our teacher Hayden, I find myself dragged into such a debate with another student, Gareth. No! You're making no sense. You're completely misrepresenting the philosopher's point, I scream. You are completely delusional, he fires back. From the corner of my eye, I see Hayden stare at us with a pensive look on his face. I can possibly get a rivalry, slightly more successful, or go for much more successful. Let's go in big. The master said, nope, I failed. Unfortunate. A commoner of Honeywiner heritage has been accosted in the streets of Winegard over some minor offense. By making a statement in their defense, I could perhaps convince the High Septon, the equally Honeywiner of my good character, but I risk alienating my Vineman peers. Such a weird way of saying that. I will go for it. I did lose prestige, I think. Well, that's fine. We need whatever it can take in order to get those papal tax breaks. What do we need? Oh, he's not making any money is the problem. He has no money to give us. Teaching at the Citadel takes place for the most part in oral form, and students are encouraged to exercise their rhetorical prowess and to show the progress of their learning in debates in front of their teachers and peers. Today, Gallard has asked me and Gareth, my almost rival, to take up opposing sides on the topic of what geometrical shape is more apt to represent the divine. To discuss it out. Well, I mean, obviously, it's a 7-pointed star. So, yeah. Let me begin from the 7-pointed star. As everyone knows, I won the debate. Suck it, Gareth. But also, obviously, it was a 7-pointed star. The halls of the University of the Citadel often echo with the debates of students and teachers, some of which escalate into notorious rivalries, like between Hayden and Jonah. This is a new character, Jonah. When I find them today, they are, as usual, screaming at each other, trying to prove whose field of study is better equipped to discuss what planet should be considered the most important. Something less usual, however, is that they suddenly notice me approaching and ask me to take a position. Interesting. This is such a lore rare case. I don't think they use the word planet to describe other celestial bodies in Westeros. I think they'd call them the Wanderers, actually. Unless you've got a Mirish Far lens. Jonah is a martial strategist, and Hayden is a level 5 teacher. So probably we're going to back Jonah. Oh, wait, hold on. No, there's almost no chance we're going to be successful at this. Like 33%, and that's not good. We're going to stick with... we're going to stick with Hayden, because Hayden has been our teacher. And also, he's an extremely learned man. Whoa, hold on. Is that my marriage? Oh, boy, I'm at university, though. I can't get married yet. Whoa, it'll happen soon. It'll happen soon. Don't worry. Once this sway with the Septon Pope is done, we need to sway and seduce our bride-to-be as well, and then maybe romance her as well. We need somebody on our side besides just our mom, and it's going to be our wife. Which I think is a solid, you know, I feel like saying that you should be closer with your wife than you are with your mother is not an unreasonable thing to say. Just, you know, in general. Attention, students! My teacher Jonah shouts, Lord Manfred in tow. Our benefactor, Lord Manfred, so Manfred Hightower, probably. Yep, Manfred Hightower. Has deemed us a visit. He is the ruler of these lands. Be on your best behavior. Ah, you are debating the lords and ladies of the realm. I'm quite fond of that subject myself. I hope your studies are going well, the Lord says while bringing a hand to his heart. The Lord has the power to assign special privileges to students such as myself. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to speak up. I would like to make a generous donation. I did it. I'm up to level 2 studies. Nice. I don't know where I got that money from. I used basically all my money coming. I guess some months have passed by, but this has been such an amazing experience. When I left, I couldn't even imagine the number of wise men that study at the Citadel, the depth of their thinking and the breadth of their research. Just being a part of the same environment has made me a much better person. With my new gained knowledge, I can make my way home satisfied. Knowledge is power. It looks like I gained the... Yep, I gained the education bump and 2 stewardship lifestyle. It also says I got a rare book. I got a book called Redwyne Revelry, which increases diplomatic lifestyle. Not that important. But it had some other effects. Let's take a look there. So this is +1 learning per level of devotion, plus 0.3 piety. Or courtier and guest opinion. I think we're going to stick with the 7-pointed star, but when we have a diplomat in our line, they'll be well happy to have the Redwyne Revelry. We've also got 2 perks, so we're going to take development growth in the capital. Taxman, we're basically never going to use because we're increasing development. And, I mean, defensive measures is great. Organized muster roll, if we were fighting, would be really good, but we aren't. Popular figurehead is kind of questionable. Again, if we were fighting a bunch, this would be good to keep our people from rebelling. But divided attention and architect are the real ones we're aiming for. We got to go deep in the line. Let's get home before we get married. All right, we are now getting married. The children will be born into House Redwyne. I think I may have made some mistakes here in setting up my house. If it's just Redwyne, that's fine. If we can seize control of the dynasty, we'll just rename it and give it a new shield. All right, we're now married. Yes, we're married. I feel like at the end of it, I'm like, we're married. I've been waiting my whole life for this. What do I do now? No, not Valyrian. as Valyrian trudges towards me, dragging his legs and hanging his head. There can be no doubt the stallion is sick. The handler assures me there is a cure to be found for what ails him, but it comes at a hefty price. We will pay big. I need that 1 point of prowess. Oh, that 2 points of prowess. Lord Bertrand's feast in the gold vines. Alright. Wow, 452 gold. That'd be a big swing here. Okay, we actually don't have to sway our wife. She is already good, plus 100 with us. We're gonna befriend her. I think we're actually gonna seduce her first, then befriend her, then romance her. I know that sounds weird, but seducing ends with getting a an opportunity to have a kid together, and we need to start having tons of kids together. So, do I need her to manage my domain? Even with her helping me with the domain, we still are not getting an additional domain. Interesting. That's okay. We need the tax money pretty badly. How did her stats turn out? I actually didn't look at the line here. She is rude, rude, sadistic, ambitious, arrogant. I mean, listen, your cousin is quite a different person from you, and yet your stat line is pretty good. 3, 12, 10, 12, 7. She's stronger than me, so I guess I can rely on her to fight my battles for. Oh, she even has a. She's martial lifestyle and treacherous. Oh, wow. She's so different than her uncle. And then she has Faithful Blade. It's actually pretty good on the battlefield. While out on a leisurely stroll, the cry of a particular merchant stands out from the regular hustle and bustle of the streets. Greetings, my lord. I have an exquisite assortment of wares if my lord has coin. As I peer at the myriad goods in the stall, I can hear Ozono Hoat murmur. The etchings on that piece must be real and quite valuable, too. He glances at me with a triumphant smile. I can... It's much better to just take his expertise here. Nope. I messed up. But I got the decorated crane figure. Wow, that was fast. Holy cow. Fate smiles upon me. My wife, Lady Melrose, is bearing my child. I shall make an offering to the mother so that she watches over my wife. Nice. Nice work, kids. Anyone can buy a token of affection, big or small. If I want to impress Lady Melrose, I must send her something truly special. What would impress my wife? I don't think that she likes knowledge. I think she would make good use. Yes, I think that as a kind of authority based, or do I say she already cares for me in some way? I'm gonna listen, lads, fellas, I'm gonna roll the dice and say that she already likes me. A seashell, a reminder of our first meeting. To the charming Red, thank you so much for the seashell you gave me. I can scarce remember the last time I received such a wonderful gift. Anything for you, Melrose. 83% seduce chance. Let's go. Lord Redwyne, Lord Red Flowers here. Absolutely on a... Did that feast just pop up and disappear? Holy cow. Absolutely has 1,000% more Riz than me. Although I guess 1,000% of 0 is still 0. Nice work. This guy managed to pull a general to fight his battles for him. That's that kind of gravitational Riz that you want. How's the war going? Hey, they're finally winning! And Oru's Waters is dead, and he was killed by Storm King Argilac. Well, that's deeply unfortunate. So there will never be a House Baratheon then, even if they win this. They have captured the daughter, and Argilac is alive. Okay. What a turn of events. No House Baratheon. I'm attending the dance, not simply because I am Lord of the Castle, but because I want to see Lady Melrose there. Heck yeah, I do. She looks resplendent, and when we finally have a moment to ourselves, I offer my suggestion. Now, actually, I think that she is quite malicious. She is arrogant, ambitious, sadistic, and rude. I think all of those together definitely... It's going to stress me out quite a bit, but I actually think she is malicious and would like to make fun of the little people. Recently, I feel like I am not worthy to be Lord. Do others doubt themselves, as I doubt myself? I try to be good, compassionate, but others seem so much more beloved than I. I just cannot connect with the people as well as I would like. Oof. To talk about real life. Damn this universe for placing such responsibilities on a wretch like me. Confider... Interesting. I think we are going to take that. It can be dangerous sometimes. We sat together, making one joke after another about the other guests. I had not expected Lady Melrose to be quite so skilled in the art of mockery. I mean, when we made a marriage agreement with her, she was just a nice little 11-year-old girl. She was not this sassy, commanding murder queen that she is now. Oh, yeah, we got a kid. And now we have a new house. We are part of House Goodthorn. What you actually meant, I think, is that we're part of House Vyne, my man. And we are let coin and wine flow. Yes, yes, yes. I think Jamie's a fine name. Or maybe let's say... Is there a... I think that... Is it crazy to say that the males are named after colors of wines? And that the women of the family are named after wines? Like rosé? And then this guy could be named like white or green. I actually like green. We're going to say his name is Green. His name is Green Vyne. That's horrible. That's actually the worst thing I've ever done. Yeah, so we're gonna go with the layout I had before. We want reach, heraldry. Somewhere in here is that beautiful Vino culture. Just gonna stumble through this looking like a fool. I have missed the grape cluster here. That's not it. That's not it, but that actually... I'm not 100% opposed to that. Alright, I think part of the problem is the background has such an effect, so let's say white. Okay, and now maybe we'll be able to more clearly see some of these. I don't think that helped that much, actually. Is that... Not this one, right? No, I mean, that's not the worst, but I definitely want to keep to the original. Not that one either. Where is the sigil of the Redwynes? Oh, here it is. We finally got it. Okay, so we're going Black Shield, We're going light green on the outer and darker green on the inner, and that is House Vyne. Let coin and wine flow. We finally made it, boys. Look at that. It looks pretty good on the shield, I think, on our actual character. Once you submit this, you can't undo the change. Boom. There we go. Are we the dynasty head now? We have 2 living members. It's just me and green. You became the new dynasty head of the Redwyne dynasty. Nice. Suck it, gold wines. You cadet branch. We're in charge now, and we're going to eliminate you. Peacefully. We're going to peacefully eliminate you. As I draw close to Lady Melrose, I do not know whether to tear the clothes from her body or to punch the ruthless smile of her face. She kisses me, a challenge, and I drag her close, a fitting riposte. The warring feelings in my chest are echoed by our bodies. We spend the night delivering both insult and bliss onto each other. Y'all are freaks. Kiss me again, my brash bampot. Jesus. Okay, listen, guys. How about we become friends? Oh, I can't become friends because I'm already in love with her. I think that's fine. Let's romance her. Romance! My court jester Casimir hurries excitedly to greet me as I enter the court. My lord, you have never quite felt like a full Vineman man, have you? I believe that many years ago you hailed from a mystical land far from here. That's actually true. Some people may find this a little far-fetched, and it would take some effort to prove it to be true, but there is strong groundwork here to make you a living legend. Excellent work. I got the nickname The Compassionate. My husband, have you heard what they're calling you? My wife Melrose says to me, while widening her stance. They call you Lord Red, the Compassionate. Spectacular, is it not? It's on the lips of peasants and noble alike. A cause for celebration, I think, Melrose exclaims with a cheery tone. I can get used to this name. The time has come to let my feelings toward Lady Melrose be known. I want her to remember this day for the rest of her life. I'm going to go with my gut in the moment. We're already in love. What could go wrong? The candle is burning low when I finally finish my poem. Before I send it, I give it one last read. Your femininity is what gives meaning to my life. My heart yearns to feel your lips touch mine, that I may know true joy. You and I together is what makes the sun move in the sky. The waiting is unbearable. The thought of rejection makes me sick to my stomach. Yeah, me too, buddy. When her reply arrives, I tear the seal with shaking hands. While I cannot encourage you, Lord Red, I am most grateful for your kind words. Yours faithfully, Melrose. Melrose won't resist my charms for long. That feels like a good place to stop. We're on our way up in the world. We're finally at a point where we can start saving enough money to get some buildings in. Next up, we're going to construct some new city holdings to bring in more tax money. We're on a positive swing. We've got a healthy baby boy. Oh, we should probably start training him in stewardship. Oh, he picked up intelligent from his dad and his mom. Nice work. You guys are good at making kids. How about some marriage proposals? Yeah, unfortunately, they're going to try to marry me to these women. Here's the problem. Because he's 0 years old, he can't have kids until he's 16. So if he marries somebody who's currently 18, they're not going to have a lot of time to have a lot of kids. We want a younger woman to marry this little baby. And it would be nice to get an alliance out of it. I would love to have kids with the Targaryen, but Aegon is just not... What's happening here, guys? They're not having kids. You have not made much progress in this war, either. Now, they have a superior troop count, and they've oh no, they only have 2 dragons? What happened? One of the dragons died. Oh man, this is horrible. This is horrible. Wow. You know, we're rewriting the history of the Seven Kingdoms. Do you have a nice daughter or maybe granddaughter? We can marry Maris Gardner. You do have some, yep, granddaughters. I don't know about this, but maybe. Who is your, is it your Garth Gardner? No, how about the prince? No. No. Okay. So this is from the sideline. I don't know that that's bad. I don't know that that's bad. Let's shop around a little bit. Old Town is our closest neighbor. Having an alliance with them, locking in a marriage compact would not be bad. Is this also... These are just courtiers. We're finally at granddaughters. All right, Sir Adam Hightower, your heir's heir. So now we're at Manfred Hightower and Bethany Red. Pretend that's not Bethany Redwyne. Pretend she's dead. All right. It would be incestuous anyway. And we are really having trouble finding... Here's Tanya Hightower. But no alliance. She's not a direct relation of the Lord. Of the Lord. We can't marry another Fossaway. That would be kind of like directly incestuous. We need to let that bloodline thin out a little bit here. Maybe we don't need to make the marriage now. There's every possibility that the Targaryens are going to have some kids and that we're going to be able to marry into this family. Oh, Ori's Waters. You tried so hard and you're gone now, my man. I'm so sorry. We're going to do a little glamour shot, I think, of the happy couple here and then make that the thumbnail for this episode. Leave a comment in support of young Jamie, or sorry, his name was Jamie, Green Vyne. Let us know how you felt about this episode, and specifically leave a comment of support for the new Lord who allowed us to make House Vyne finally, to break away. Actually, can we make that crest a little bigger? Feels like we could scale that up a little bit. How about that? Can we scale up the Vino part of it? I think, yeah, here. I think that we can. Let's say 90. We don't want it to go off the shield over there. Oh, almost there. Yep, I think that's good. It solidly fits all of the sigils and bannery. And I think it establishes that we're different than our dynasty, right? We make white wine. We don't make red wine. We're a house of the vine. Oh, so I haven't actually done this before. I haven't made a bastard house before. I think the Redwynes had a bunch of legacies already, including the Metropolitan Legacy, which is excellent. Every city increases the monthly development count of its county by 20%. That's really good. Dynasty members can receive the Shrewd Banker. I've never even heard of this line of traits in their education trait if they are educated in a high development county. Wow, that's great. This is also great, plus Republican vassal levies. I don't care about that much. Expand cities decision. What is that? A decision that enables you to increase the number of buildings available in a city holding. Holy cow. This is really good. I mean, I think I'm actually going to want to up kin because I want the family. But that's a strong second pick here. Absolutely. All right. Law is +5 popular opinion and minus hunt costs. And then +30 marriage acceptance. Now, this could be very important. Normally, your main guy, your primary heir and or the lord. Marriage acceptance usually isn't that big of a deal, but for secondary kids, especially those who are like grandkids that won't necessarily inherit anything, it can be more challenging for them to get a good marriage, and this is going to help with that. Down the line, I mean, number of captains +1 is solid. These are some interesting picks. Domain limit +1, so at some point, way down the line, many years down the line, we'll go down this. And our first pick is probably going to take Noble Veins. So, I mean, I don't even know if we're going to get this far in our lifetime. But if we do, Noble Veins is the first pick simply because increasing the chance of inheriting congenital traits is so important. Then we'll clear out kin all the way down the line because no prowess loss from age is excellent. Increasing skills with age is triple excellent. A lot of these are really good. Dynasty members get better education traits is insane. Well, yeah, so 1 point in Noble Veins, all the way down kin, and then we'll start picking up Metropolitan Legacy. But what's the uniques for Reachman? Plus development growth in several different ways. Stewardship per fame. Health boost is always solid. If everybody in your dynasty gets this, that's really good. That's probably lives an extra 3 or 4 years. Ooh, bonus size to heavy cavalry regiments. I mean, heavy cavalry regiments in the end game are going to be very high damage. All right, that's it. I gotta stop looking at stuff. We're calling it.